last set of this paper. It's a characteristic distribution based set. Humanities department is organizing 8 seminars, one for each of the 8 students, A to H. 4 are in economics, 3 are in sociology, 1 is in anthropology. So there's a distribution based set. You have students, you have slots and guides. The information is over here. If you go through the questions, it's all looking nice, but at this point it says if E and Q are both scheduled in the same slot. This means that you will not be getting the complete orientation. Some things will not be fixed. Okay? So let's get whatever we can and then we'll answer the questions. Chalo, let's start. So you have 8 students, 4 of them are in economics. 3 are in sociology. And 1 is in anthropology. And then you have, so we'll have categories here. We'll have the student here. Each student is guided by one among PQRST. तो ये उनका guide भी रख देते हैं. You have the student and then you have the guide. Two students are guided by each of PRT. PRT have 2 students each, while 1 student is guided by each of Q and S. ठीक है, 1 each. So 2, 4, 6 idhar and 7 and 8. PRT are guiding 2 students each, Q and S 1 student each. Each student is guided by a guide belonging to their department. Obviously, I mean, you will guide a person ideally from that belongs to your department. If they are in some other department, then आप उनको guide नहीं कर सकते according to the question. Each seminar is scheduled in one of 4 consecutive 30-minute slots. 9 a.m., 9:30 a.m., 10 a.m., 10:30 a.m. On the same day. More than one seminars can be scheduled in a slot provided that the guide is free. ठीक है, guide free है तो आप अपना रख सकते हो. Only 3 rooms are available and hence at most 3 seminars can be scheduled. Maximum 3 seminars in one slot. Very important. Students who are guided by the same guide must be scheduled in consecutive slots. Students who are guided by the same guide must be scheduled in consecutive slots. ठीक है, तो for example P का student, if he's in the 9 a.m. slot, then the next P ka student will have to be in the 9:30 a.m. slot. Very important generic statement. Let's begin. Students, following facts are known. First point, seminars by students from economics are scheduled in each of the 4 slots. So you have 4 slots and you have 4 kids. So therefore every single slot contains an economics student. Every slot contains an economics student. A's is the only seminar scheduled at 10 a.m. A is guided by R. So if A is the only student at 10 a.m., A has to be an economics student. एक ही slot है, so इसका line यहीं complete कर देते हैं. A is guided by R. So A is a student, उसका guide is R. That means and R has one more student, so that student will either be at 10:30 or at 9:30. Done. F is an anthropology student. Seminar is at 10:30. Anthropology F. Seminar is at 10:30. Good. Seminar of a sociology student is at 9 a.m. There is a sociology student at 9 a.m. We don't know who. Very good. B and G are both sociology students. Their seminars are scheduled in the same slot. I want space for two sociology students in the same slot. Sociology दो यहाँ आ नहीं सकते, चार हो जाएंगे. यहाँ पे there is nobody else. So I have space for two sociology students here and here, but it says seventh point में A and G are in consecutive slots. So if A and G are in consecutive slots, A is over here, तो G को इधर आना पड़ेगा. And G is a sociology student. उसके साथ में B is a sociology student. So I have sociology students B and G scheduled in the same slot. The seminar of an economic student guided by T is also in the same slot. So this economics person, whoever this economic student is guided by T. And T has two students are guided by T, two students are guided by R and by P. तो R का एक student इधर आ गया and they have to be in consecutive slots. Eco ka one student R is here, the other student has to be here, because students by the same guide are in consecutive slots. Similarly, Eco ka T ka one student is here, Eco ka T ka the other student will be over here. And that is the end of the fifth point. Closing stages now. P, who is guiding both B and C, has students scheduled in the first two slots. Okay, so how many students are there? 3 plus 1 4 plus 2 6 plus 2 8. तो यहाँ पे आपके 8 students हो गए. Okay, it's done. इसको थोड़ा जगह दे देते हैं. My students are over now. P, who is guiding both B and C. तो B को भी P guide कर रहा है. And C, they are scheduled in the first two slots. So C comes over here, उसको भी P guide कर रहा है. So B and C are sociology students, दोनों को P guide कर रहा है. Both are guided by P. So P is done and R is done. R is done. Yes, R has been allocated and T with two students has been allocated. Q and S bache as guides, but information is over now. So Q and S, Q oblique S, and idhar S oblique Q. We don't know कौन आ सकता है. Q oblique S and S oblique Q for G. S oblique Q for F, Q oblique S. बाकी आपके बच गए 3 स्टूडेंट्स. लास्ट 3 स्टूडेंट्स कौन बचे? A, B, C, D एंड E बच गए. D, E, F, G, H बच गए. इनका कोई जानकारी नहीं है. We don't know which slot, we don't know which student, etc. etc. This information is not known. So this was what we could fill. So now let us go and answer our questions. Everything related to this set is at the bottom. और कोई information की ज़रूरत हमें नहीं है. One, let us answer the questions. Which one of the following statements is true? Only one seminar is in the second slot. No. 3 seminars are in the last slot. Last slot has 2 seminars. No. 3 seminars are in the first slot. No. 2 seminars are in the first slot is the correct one. Next, who all are not guiding any economics students? who all are not guiding any economic students, so we can check over here. इकोनॉमिक स्टूडेंट्स को कौन गाइड नहीं कर रहे हैं? पी क्यू एंड एस. इकोनॉमिक स्टूडेंट्स को कौन गाइड नहीं कर रहे हैं? पी क्यू एंड एस. दैट शुड गिव अस पी क्यू एंड एस. सी पार्ट इज द राइट आंसर. विच ऑफ द फॉलोइंग स्टेटमेंट्स इज नेसेसरीली ट्रू? क्यू का तो कुछ कह नहीं सकते. एच हैज नॉट बीन फिल्ड. ओह, बट एच कहाँ आ सकता है? एच कैन कम हियर economics, or here economics, or here economics. So H has to be an economic student for sure. H has to be an economic student. B is scheduled in first slot. This is false. S is guiding F. We are not sure. So B part is the right answer. And now we have certain questions over here. If D is scheduled in a slot later than Q, D is after Q, that means आपका यहाँ पर तो Q नहीं आ सकता, because D उसके बाद नहीं हो पाएगा. ठीक है. So you have S here and Q here. Q के बाद है आपका D. D is after Q. This has been filled and remaining, we can't fill anything else, right? Then which of the following two statements are true? E and H are guided by T. So you have over here E oblique H, H oblique E. So E and H are guided by T. दोनों cases में ये true है. This is true. G is guided by Q. This is also true. So therefore both of the statements over here are true. Both are true. So let me quickly go back to my status quo original case. Because answer तो आ चुका है both. Both are correct. ठीक है. Next, if E and Q are both scheduled in the same slot, then which of the following statements best describes the relationship between D, H and T? So if E and Q are in the same slot, I will have to make some cases. Let's take two colors over here. Q idhar, S idhar. E and Q are in the same slot. Or Q idhar and S idhar. E is with Q. E and Q are in the same slot. ये आपके दो cases हैं. The two cases are in red color and in blue color. Then what is the relationship between D, H and T? D, H and T. तो ज़रा उनको बाकियों को भी fill कर देते हैं. यहाँ पे आ जाएगा आपका D oblique H, H oblique D for red color. For blue color आ जाएगा यहाँ पे again H oblique D and यहाँ पे D oblique H. Red color and blue color. At least one of D and H is guided by T. तो red color में देखो D and H में से कोई तो T से guided है. Blue color में देखो D and H में से look at red color. H oblique D, D oblique H. यहाँ पे कौन है? H oblique D. D and H में से कोई तो T से guided है. And यहाँ पे देखो H oblique D में से कोई तो guided by T है. So therefore A part should be the right answer. Both D and H are guided, not necessarily. And yeah, red color में no and blue color में yes. Neither is guided, पता नहीं. Exactly one is guided, पता नहीं, because both might be guided. Both might be guided in D oblique H in blue color. H oblique D, D oblique H. दोनों में यहाँ पे T है. Blue color में both possible है. Red color में exactly one possible है. But कोई तो guide होगा for sure. So that is question 23. And last, if D is scheduled in a slot before Q, if D is before Q, which of the following is not necessarily true? ज़रूरी नहीं है कि ये सच हो. So I think हमें फिर से दो cases लेने पड़ेंगे. D is before Q. So let's put Q here in one case and S here. And blue color, let us put S here and Q here. If D is in the slot immediately before Q, तो यहाँ पे red color में जगह ही नहीं है. Yes, this is done. Good, good. Yes. If D is immediately before Q, if you put Q here, तो यहाँ पे D के लिए जगह ही नहीं है. तो Q cannot be over here. यहाँ पे S आएगा. And यहाँ पे Q आएगा. एक ही कलर कर लेते हैं. ठीक है. If D is immediately before Q, तो D will come over here. बाकी कौन बचे आपके? Two people who is left. A and C बचे. A and E but A is gone. B is gone. C, D, E and G बचे. G is also gone. E and H बचे. E oblique H. H oblique E. Not necessarily true. ज़रूरी नहीं है कि ये सच हो. G is guided by Q. ये तो सच है. G is guided by Q. D is guided by T. ये भी सच है. F is guided by S. ये भी सच है. E is guided by R. Maybe E is guided by R or by T. So we don't know. Which of the following is not necessarily true? D is not necessarily true. And these are your answers for the set.